Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jesse, the Couch Movie Critic, and this is my review of Marvel's The Black Panther. This is my review on the film. I gotta tell you guys, there's so much going on in this film. This will be a spoiler-light review. I'll try to keep any spoilers to a minimum. There may be some in there, so I'm just warning you right off the bat. This is a great film. I mean, great film in almost every single aspect of the film. Cast wise, it's an amazing set of cast members. You've got Chadwick Boseman returning as the Black Panther. You've got Letitia Wright, who's a new addition to the cast as his sister. I think she's fantastic. You have Denai Guerrera. You've got Lupita Nyong'o from Star Wars fame. You've got Forrest Whitaker, Angela Bassett, Andy Serkis. I mean, just an amazing set of casts. Now, as always with the Marvel films, you've got a flavor to each of the films, and that's one of the things that's always worked so well with the Marvel films, is that each one of them is standalone while simultaneously being a bigger part of the Marvel universe. Captain America has been a political military thriller. Ant-Man has been a heist film. Guardians has been a space film and a comedy. Thor has been Elizabethan and now even a comedy with Thor Ragnarok, while Doctor Strange has been a magic film. I mean, they've always been different tastes and flavors to each of the films, which has always been fantastic. What I love about Black Panther is that it's so much more. The best way to describe it has been this is Marvel's Game of Thrones epic. This is a film not only about heritage and culture, but the birth of a new king, how the birth of a new king affects the culture itself, how other factions within the culture would act to try to get access to the throne, which makes it so much more than just a standard superhero film. It has so much in there, and it's definitely just a great addition to the overall Marvel universe. As always, the art design of the film is amazing. Down to the technology and Wakanda, the technology used by the Panther, and even the other ones. There's this beauty to the design that's always present. And even in the clothing and the garb. But one of the things that I love the most about the art design is the actual design of the Wakandan culture. You can see from the buildings to the clothing to their jewelry that this is a people who are very proud of their roots and have not lost sight of who they are as a culture and as a people, even though have evolved into so much more. The technology that they wield is by far superior to anything we've seen in the Marvel Universe, just shy of the Guardians of the Galaxy, which are off-world. But the film there even Stark technology, I don't think stands up to what Wakanda technology has. And you get a taste of that in Civil War and the fact that he was able to follow Tony's helicopter. And you see more of that in the film. But what I love seeing is, just like with the Hawaiian culture, they have kept who they were as they've advanced. You see that on a whole nother level here in the Black Panther, and I absolutely adore that. In the film, the design of the buildings, everything. There's a history that you can see even in the most modern of their technologies. In the film, they have amazing explanations for the roots of where Wakanda comes from, the different tribes, the different factions, even down to understanding the passage of rights that the Black Panther goes through, and even the bloodline of the king, which I think is a fantastic touch of the film, because even though this isn't an origin film, you do kind of want to understand where he gets his power, how's he enhanced, where does suit come from, and you do get that in this film. You even get, spoiler warning, a cameo of his father when he was in his prime as the Black Panther. You even get to see his Panther suit, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. And it's a fantastic way, the way they embedded in the story without telling too much of why you get to see this and why you get to understand it. One of my favorite things about this film is that for the first time, one of the things that a lot of people have complained about in Marvel films has always been the villain. That they don't have a solid villain or a villain that you root for, or even a villain with a truly fleshed out backstory. And I will tell you that the villains that appear in this film, from Baku, who's a minor villain, and he's the leader of the fifth tribe that broke off from Wakanda but still stays close. You understand why he is the way he is, and what he does is for the betterment of his people. And then you have Warmonger, Killmonger, I apologize, who is a fantastic addition to the Marvel Universe. You do see him rocking a Black Panther uniform, albeit in the comics he was the Golden Jackal. What I find the most fascinating about this character is the idea that he has a reason for what he's doing. And it is a reason where you can almost, in the right light, root for the villain. because he has a sad backstory and he has turned himself around and used that anger and that pain and what happened to him as a child as a reason to be the way he is and to progress and to eventually rise to the throne of Wakanda and simultaneously understand why he's so evil and vile, not just being evil for the sake of being evil, like you tend to see with a lot of the lesser fleshed out Marvel characters. So that's a fantastic addition. I mean, Michael B. Jordan in real life, he is um, an amazing actor. He is come so far from his youth to where he is now. I mean, Apollo Creed. If you haven't seen it, you definitely need to watch that movie. Creed is a fantastic film in and of itself as well, and he just kills it as Eric Killmonger. Absolutely kills it in this film. The film has got fantastic pacing from beginning to end. Even though there is exposition and flashbacks and things along those lines, you don't lose any momentum during the course of the film. The fight scenes are amazingly choreographed. The only fight scene I have a slight issue with, and it's just because I'm not a big fan of fight scenes in dark settings, is the on one of the initial fights. It's in the trailer where he takes down this caravan, and it just seems that between the lighting and how fast it's moving, kind of hard to see, but definitely still an exciting film from top to bottom. Um, the locales in the film that they use it's not just about Wakanda, it's not just about America. It's actually a bit of a globe-trotting film, which I think is a great addition to the film. You get to see different places and how the Wakandans interact with these new environments and how they see the rest of the world. You do get some amazing place visits, some amazing set pieces, and they're not just about the look, they actually have a form and a function that suits the film. If you are a fan of these films and you are the type to sit through and get all the way to the very end of the film and watch the stingers at the end or the little bits and the trailer or the credits, I will tell you it's definitely worth waiting. There are two of them. There's one a few minutes right after the film ends, and there's one at the very tail end of the credit scene. Now, the first one is expected. I won't touch too much on that one because it is what you expect based on how the movie ends and what his plans are for Wakanda. The second one is a bit of a surprise, and I absolutely adore it. In it you see his sister does go to a small little village on the outskirts of Wakanda, and there she visits somebody that the children of the tribe are calling the White Wolf, and it turns out to be Bucky, the Winter Soldier. In this short period of time since the end of Civil War and this film having taken place, it seems that the Black Panther sister in her brilliance has already been able to deprogram him from Hydra's control, and it looks like she's taking him out to do the next step, possibly rebuilding his arm. I guess we will see. But it does let you know that from the moment he arrived in Wakanda, they'd almost immediately started working on fixing his issues. So that is how he's prepared and ready to go. When it comes to Marvel's Infinity War that comes out here in a couple months, in May to be precise. And I think it's a great story. And those of you that are hardcore Panther fans will realize that even the nickname they give Bucky has significance. It is the White Wolf. The White Wolf is a name synonymous with the Black Panther in the eras. It is T'Challa's adopted brother, who was a white child that's parents died when their plane crashed over Wakanda, and he was actually raised by T'Chaka before T'Challa was born as his son. Bit of animosity between him and T'Challa because of the fact that he knew that he would never become king once T'Challa was born because he was not blood lineage. But when it came to their love for Wakanda, he has always stood by the Black Panther. And I think that's a fantastic nod. I doubt we'll see him truly become adopted into the royal family, but I think this is a sign of him being the adopted son of Wakanda. I don't know where that'll go in the future, but we'll definitely see. I doubt it'll go too far, but it was a nice nod to the idea of him being accepted as part of the Wakandan tribes. Once again, guys, this movie was fantastic. As it ranks in my placeholder for the Marvel films, this has got to be amongst my top of the films. Right now, my personal favorite, all-time favorite, has been Civil War. Captain America Civil War. I love political thrillers, and I absolutely adore that film for what it was and the way it even restructured the MCU well before the end of the current phase that's happening now. Watching Black Panther, I will tell you right now, is neck and neck for my number one spot amongst the favorite of the Marvel films. And I'm pretty sure that upon a couple more watchings, it'll probably take that number one spot. It is definitely something fun to watch with the family. My wife enjoyed it. My 6-year-old daughter enjoyed it. So definitely want to make sure you get out there. If you do get the opportunity to go see it in theaters, I would highly recommend it. support the film. It is definitely an powerful film to watch in theaters, and it'll just great shed to light to the special effects and the design and everything of the film. If you don't, when it comes out on video, make sure you rent it. Make sure you buy it on Blu-ray if you can. Definitely support it because Wakanda forever. For those of you who enjoy the reviews, as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.